So a team that I didn't expect would be picking in the lottery thus far has been a bit of a shock, and that is the Dallas Mavericks. Of course, at the time making this video, they have very much fallen in the rankings to the point where if the NBA draft was to, of course, happen today, the Dallas Mavericks would, of course, actually have the 14th overall pick. I don't necessarily think Kyrie and Luka have been as bad as what everyone thinks, you know, how their chemistry has gone. I just think this team has so many injuries and whatnot, and still has a lot of things to maybe fix in free agency and the draft, but with a couple of tweaks and moves, I think they could be back to being a very good team in the NBA. But of course, in this video, I will be talking about who I think they should select in the draft. As mentioned earlier, the lottery hasn't actually happened yet, so I will be basing this video off standings, and currently the Dallas Mavericks will be sitting with the 14th overall pick if we're going to be basing it off standings at the time of making this video. The other thing I would like to say is this video is going to be a clip from my official 2023 NBA mock draft. So if you guys haven't gone and checked that out already, I do highly recommend it. That way you guys will get to see all the other players I have going to, all the other teams that are in the lottery so far. So in case you're wondering, why didn't I take a certain player that you want with, you know, this pick? It might just be because he's already been selected higher and he's not, of course, on my board at the moment. So definitely go and check that out if you haven't already. I will be linking it all in the description down below. But I guess without further ado, here's who I think the Dallas Mavericks should select if the 2023 NBA draft happened today. Now, with the 14th overall pick, this was a little bit of a harder pick to kind of do, because at the time making this video, the Dallas Mavericks have fallen all the way to pick 14. How long they'll be there for, I'm not exactly too sure. They haven't really done that well in recent games, which definitely does suck to see, because I actually kind of like Luka and Kyrie playing together. I'm not going to lie, even though I don't really think it will probably work long term. I don't know why, it's just something inside makes me want it to work. I don't really know, and I'm going to be basing this video off the assumption that Kyrie Irving will be re-signing with Dallas, which I'm not exactly too sure if he will. So I probably won't be drafting a guard here. So with this kind of 14th overall pick, I went more of the forward type of direction, where I actually am taking a 6'7/6'8" small forward in Jett Howard from Michigan, who I actually think would be a really nice player to put alongside Luka and Kyrie. There's only three really, I think, established players on this Dallas team who I think will 100% be starting next season. And that is, of course, Kyrie, Luka, and Josh Green. I'm a very big Josh Green fan. I think they should 100% have him as the future starting small forward. And he gets better and better every year. He plays really nice defense and can shoot the ball and doesn't need the ball to be effective. So I think he'd be really good. And I think Jett Howard kind of fits in the same mold as a guy you can maybe play as a, not necessarily small ball power forward, because he's 6'8", but a guy who not necessarily as good defensively yet, but can maybe translate in the NBA. And I think you can definitely put him at that power forward position maybe. Doesn't have to start there. He can come off the bench and just play forward minutes. But I actually think Jett Howard makes a lot of sense for this team, considering he is a really, really good catch and shoot player. It's being said that he actually excels in catch and shoot situations, which is just really awesome for this Dallas Mavericks team, and it's exactly what they need. Last thing they need is another guy to take the ball off Kyrie or Luka Doncic. So bringing in a dude like Jett Howard to come in who can just, you know, sit in the corner and whatnot and catch and shoot would be a really awesome decision for them. It's also being said that he's just a really nice, talented scorer who not only can play small forward and power forward, but can also go to that shooting guard position as a bit of a more taller player. His main trait is he's just really, really good at being an off-ball guard as well. When he does need to be, or an off-ball forward, when he does need to, you know, potentially shot create, he has known that he can do that quite well too. And I definitely think, you know, if you're gonna put a guy with Luka and Kyrie, maybe if one of them gets injured and you're looking for a dude to shot create here and there, maybe you're looking at a guy like Jett Howard to stand up and do that. But for the time being, if we're gonna say that Kyrie and Luka are fully healthy, which touch wood for them, that's hopefully gonna be the case, then having a dude like Jett Howard who can, switch from the 2 to the 4, not only on defense, but can come in and just not be relied on to shot create, but relied on to catch and shoot, I think just works perfectly for what Kyrie and Luka are trying to do, in the NBA. Again, Josh Green is the perfect example of the mold that they're trying to create right there, and I think he works really well for Dallas. But again, Jett Howard, he's a similar type of guy who can be a really, really efficient catch and shoot type of guy who can maybe switch from 2 to 4, while also potentially having the potential down the road at being a really nice shot creator. I think that just makes sense for where Dallas are sitting and the situation that they are in to, of course, go for it. And worst case scenario, let's just say Kyrie does leave in free agency, and you go back to Luka at the 1, then even having a prospect of Luka at the 1, Josh Green at the 2, and Jett Howard at the 3 is also a scary thing. Like, imagine Luka just passing it off to these really, really efficient catch and shoot type of guys who don't need the ball to, be able to score efficiently all the time. You do that, and then, of course, Luka can go back to defending the 1. You got these 2 really capable wings to just go out and guard the small forward, go out and guard the shooting guard. That would just be a really good situation as well, even if Kyrie, does decide to leave. But again, I think he could stay. Will he? I'm not exactly too sure, but even if he does stay, or even if he goes, I still think this is the pick to make. He is a player who has a lot of potential down the line as well to just be a really solid player. And if he kind of converts to the NBA level, which I know some people are saying he definitely can, then yeah, you're already on another step forward to, I think, creating a championship team with Kyrie and Luka. Putting dudes around them like Jett Howard, like Josh Green, is the steps that you need to take to win a championship. Again, you do that, you bring in maybe some defenders off the bench and whatnot, some actual defensive center, and you've probably got a way, way, way better team. So again, there's a couple things they need to do, which I think they will. They've usually got a pretty decent management, and I think they might fix a lot of the stuff and correct them in free agency in the draft. But yeah, I think drafting a guy like Jett Howard with the 14th overall pick just makes a whole lot of sense for their franchise and their future. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all the latest NBA content and NBA news. Don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you guys think the Dallas Mavericks should, of course, trade for Jett Howard? A couple other things here and there. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions on all the picks I've made so far? Definitely don't forget to let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Go and check out all my other 2023 NBA mock draft videos. I'll hopefully have a playlist link down below where you guys can, of course, go and, check all that stuff out. Links down below. Of course, subscribe to my gaming channel, my Hero/vlogging channel, and my podcast. All of them will be linked down below. But as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.